Yeah, how's it going, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Tonight we're gonna talk about what's going on now, Sonya. Hey, Pooch, what's going on? We got an awesome show planned tonight. What we're gonna be discussing is how to handle failure, and learn from it in business. Again, we're talking about how to handle failure and learn from it in business. Okay, and the basis was that know was yours. I came my phone.
That was your phone.
Oh Lord, we'll make sure this phone off. We fix this before we go any further. It should be off. We'll get it. But yeah, tonight we're discussing how to handle failure and learn from it in the business. And I want to have a straight discussion about everything in regards to the different parameters where a lot of times people have setbacks and failures and mishaps in business, and they're quit and look at it from a negative standpoint. But we want to just discuss how we need to make sure we're using a lot of these items as teaching moments. In business, right? That's why I want to have that discussion in regards to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so that's should be a good conversation. Miss you too.
That's how to learn from your mistakes.
Huh?
That's what we're doing.
Absolutely.
How to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, because far too often, let me tell you something. People have what's going on here, man?
You've been doing this for 5 years.
Well, these both new phones, man.
Oh, okay.
So, my self-assignment ass. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm learning, lab.
Right.
So, like I said, again, tonight we're talking about how to handle failure and learn from it in business. It's going to be a great discussion, guys. Great discussion. So I want you all to make sure that, you leave your comments. We have a discussion. If you got any question or anything, feel free to, leave everything there. If you want to call in, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Somebody asked me to come in right now. I don't do dual shows.
Right.
Before we get started, first, let me acknowledge my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday.
Absolutely.
Best day of the week.
Absolutely.
Giving out this free knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a cold.
Hey, man. Hope you feeling better.
I caught that Tuesday. I started terrible Tuesday. Wednesday, I was worse. Today, I was a little bit better, but man, I got this sniffle and this cough that just won't go away. You know how when you cough, people look at you.
But you know what, though, money? It's just like, and I think a lot of people got that sniffle and cough on Tuesday. But what we got to always keep in mind is that at the end of the day, like in the true soldier, we got to adapt and overcome. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't a sniffle and cough from that. No, this was an actual sniffle and cough.
Well, folks got the sniffle and cough from that.
I did get the tears Tuesday night.
But the thing about it is, like we having this conversation today, every day gonna be a new day to to experience new stuff, new day to learn, new day to kind of reflect on certain stuff. And even with having a discussion today, I want people to leave tonight's show with the understanding that, listen, when you have things that don't necessarily go the way you want, be able to pivot and adjust. And
that's right.
The key things people that get into business aren't mentally prepared to do. Pivot and adjust, because shit gonna change. Stuff is gonna be different from what you had originally planned to do, right? Because everybody have this fantasy of making money,
right? It's idea.
Yeah, everybody,
right.
Everybody. So when it happens, you like, it's cool. But when it don't happen, everybody going crazy.
Right.
I done had this lunch party. I done had, just this
ribbon
cutting and all this other kind of stuff.
Right.
And you sitting in your damn business, calling the phone, make sure the shit work. It worked. And, that was that's why I want to have these discussions.
Right.
Man. I want to get off damn track, my damn thinking. Before we go to further, also, what's up to my other producer, Slit 316? What's up, Reed?
What's going on, Slit?
Hey, guys, listen.
Yeah.
I got to pause.
Right.
Hey, your boy did it today when we checked it out. Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube just hit 60,000 subscribers.
Oh. And they keep going. They how Man, let's go get us to 80 by the end of the year. Y'all can do it. Y'all
Yeah,
60.
yeah, we're at Project 80.
Right.
I like that, like Project 80. Project 80.
By December 31st,
Shit.
we should be at 80.
That Project 30 was a mother. We're on Project 30 for about damn a year.
Yeah, right. Right.
You know,
Project 80.
Hey man, but I do want to tell everybody from the bottom of my heart, thanks, and I appreciate the support. I also thank the lab and Reek and everybody here at Westside Misfits Music, Radio and TV for helping me get this platform, get everything started. But we're gonna keep chopping wood.
That's right.
We're gonna keep chopping wood. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate everybody. I want to tell everybody thank you. We just hit that. And also, man, on I don't know if you look, Change Your Lives. We over 16,000.
Oh! Why you ain't say that? That's the first one.
Hey man, hey. Sometimes you gotta be there. Sometimes you're gonna be lucky.
Right.
So sometimes you work hard to get it.
Right.
I think I've been a bit of both. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I damn sure don't work hard and got a damn thing. But what I didn't do, and that's why I want to just share that and be transparent with anybody want to go down the road of entrepreneurship, I ain't quit.
That's right.
Every
Thursday.
Yeah.
Doing, trying to figure out the next move.
Every Thursday.
How to make it grab it. How to make it snap. Yeah.
And that's what I want a lot of people to just think about. We had this conversation in regards to just talking about learning from failures and handling failure and learning from it in business. We got to understand that failure is something that's going to be very common in entrepreneurship. Like she gonna go wrong, she gonna happen. So you have to be able to have the mindset that things aren't gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What I had on my shirt last week, done is better than perfect.
That's right.
And sometimes we focus so much on we worry about aesthetics. I don't want to look dumb. I don't want to look when I say done, D-O-N-E.
Right.
But when I'm talking about dumb, from an intelligence standpoint, people think I look stupid because things didn't come out. Because sometimes you go places, they be like, look, they didn't do it this way.
Right.
It don't look like this.
Right.
And when we first started the podcast, I know my friends and stuff cared about me. I know that, Lab. But I had a lot of, why you don't do it like Steve Harvey?
Right.
Or why you ain't got a red table?
Right.
Or why, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, man, I ain't got time. I'm trying to learn how to do this.
Right.
Just do it. But people, they want looking at it.
They want what they see.
They want what they see.
Right.
I'm trying to build my brand, learn how to host, do all kind of different stuff, get comfortable with doing it and everything. And I knew where my vision was looking.
Right.
And a lot of times people get caught up in so much of this ain't how it's, I'm afraid.
You know what the difference is. Like Shannon Sharp said, his little podcast was doing all right, but he really didn't blow up until he got lucky with the Cat Williams interview.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it sometimes it's just luck. There's no aesthetics that has anything to do with it. You don't have to be in no big studio, with all the signs behind you and the $500 mics and all that. You don't have to do that. This guy sat on his couch. Luckily, Cat Williams came and talked to him and blew the whole thing up for him. Just that easily.
You know what I wonder, Leia? I wonder what number guest Cat was. Like if
because he said he had been doing it a couple of years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering what number Cat was as far as so many times.
Right.
Because he kept the first video that I had go viral, and I'm just want to say viral, let's say 10,000 views, was the damn video where I was at the office in Riverdale. Like, hey, if somebody kept your during the pandemic when they first issued our stimulus check,
right.
I never forget, it was a 45-second video. I'm like, hey, if you think your tax man kept your tax refund, leave a comment below.
Right.
And that shit went crazy.
Right.
And I think that was like 40,000 views. And that was probably me BSing at the office.
Just doing
looking online, folks cutting up and about to tear down tax offices and stuff like that. And there was nothing intuitive. No notes or anything like that.
Just turn on the phone and say something.
45 seconds. I never forget it. And it just flooded. And I say that, and I wasn't prepared. That's the key thing, Lab. I wasn't prepared for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And remember, I always told you, I said, Lab, that shit ever happen again, I know it.
Right.
So we hit the video about grants for Black women. $80,000. You're like, what the hell?
Right.
Like, what? Right. And from that point, we just kind of continue with the grant videos. Like, I got way more important shit in between my ears to be talking about it.
Right.
But the thing of it is, I say that to say you never know what's going to be able to cause any kind of traction or cause people to even want to see what you're talking about, right? But I always think about it, just to that point, and shit. Like, what was that? What it was like year 5? Then year 5. You know what I'm saying? So
we were still at like 6,000 or 7,000.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You really never know. I think I had eclipsed 10 at that point. Only why I say that because we had the merchandise.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't
right.
No,
right.
it wasn't even more than 15. But I think I had eclipsed 10. But it just go to show just not quitting.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes what people don't understand, and we start having this conversation again in regards to how to handle failure and learn from it in business. A lot of times people just don't want to use, they look at a failure or something not working as like this big roadblock. It's really a stepping stone.
Right.
But you just got to be real with yourself. Like, look, I'm here and I'm trying to be here. I'm not just going to go blink, blink and wake up there. I got to go through some stuff.
It's got to be a gradual.
And the stuff you go through, that's what's going to teach you. That's what's going to make you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I look at my life sometimes and think about, a lot of shit that I went through, especially with a divorce and all that kind of stuff. So you be like, man, this motherfucker trying to take my this motherfucker trying to take my that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you like, see, once you get to the other side, like, boy, you a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You weathered that storm
real
good.
Take my, okay.
But that storm real good. And I that's what I don't think people, sometimes in business it's just luck. And you just gotta keep figuring out, adjusting, like with this business we do. Every month I'm trying to figure out what could be new. What can I do new? What can I do to drive traffic to the YouTube channel, to the Roku station? What can I do? And I just ain't caught on to that right one yet. But when I do, I'm gonna know it and I'm gonna ride it to a KB to ride to the glue factory. I know that much.
Well, see, here's the thing though, like, and it's been a formula I think with all of us because what's that Westside Memphis got about 70,000-80,000, whatever. So this might be here, that there, then it kind of levels off. Because I think on TikTok we had 29.9. So we, hopefully you guys that tune in, make sure you hit follow on TikTok so we can get that 30,000.
Right.
I'm just saying, so as long as you're moving and doing what you're doing, it's always going to be something to happen for you.
Right.
When you quit, when you stop, it stops. There's nothing. And a lot of times we can be honest with ourselves, like what we did or what we didn't do. But also when we start talking about things that may happen, like, damn man, I forgot this wasn't. I'm trying to sell, certain clothes.
You're right, Slick. Slick said I worked hard for them numbers. You did work because she was the one who started that at 0.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And that thing of what it is, she ain't never quit.
Right.
See, that's what people gotta understand. But when we start looking at things, we want to try to grow certain stuff. Like we can say, like, I should have did this at this time. This is not the audience I'm trying to put this stuff on. They don't necessarily want that.
Right.
They take me out of the equation because I ain't selling to me.
Right.
And then sometimes we gotta say it's stuff we ain't got control of. This certain demographics can't support certain things that you're doing.
Right.
It may be laws or city ordinances that won't allow you to do certain things.
Right.
Just different factors.
Right.
That doesn't mean quit. Just kind of gather the data.
Right. And try to pivot.
There you go. Pivot and adjust and do that.
Well, they say I can't have this type of sign on my building, but maybe I can have a box sign on my building. Or maybe I can have individual letters on the building.
You focusing on the wrong thing.
Right.
Me and my son was talking the other day. One of my boys, he was just like, this, that, son. Focus less on what you can't do. Focus more on what the hell you need to do.
Right.
Because what you can't do just can't be done.
Right.
We can't do shit about that.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We cannot do shit about that. What you cannot do. But we need to just pivot to focus your energy on what you need to do. Right? What you need to do may be uncomfortable. What you need to do may seem like some BS. What you need to do may be more time taking. Right. But at the end of the day, we got to do it. Right. So instead of sitting here, feel bad for another 5 or 10 minutes, you get your hands together and go take care of what you need to do. Like at the end of the day, I'm daddy. I love you. But I don't want to hear that shit. I got stuff to do. Right. I got If it's unfair or messed up, I need to help you with. I got you.
Right.
But listen, that is not an option. And people need to understand that what you cannot do, you cannot do.
Right.
The law changed. You know what I'm saying? They put it in now. Clubs can't be open so many hours, right?
Right.
Your vendor that you use to get your supplies and stuff, they have went up in prices. So again, you don't have to raise your price. All kind of things that you weren't necessarily thinking about doing, but then you got to pivot and adjust with that and stuff.
Right.
That's where your focus need to be.
Right.
Not about the thing prior. And I think far too often people want to go down this road of entrepreneurship with a plan and a vision, what they want to do, but they got to be realistic. But that plans change.
They stay stuck in that plan too, don't
they? Yeah.
I think that's what happens to a lot of us entrepreneurs. We have a vision of what we see and where we think we're going to go. And then when some monkey wrench is thrown into that program, we're still steadfast on how we think we need to get there. We talk all the time about, I got the best fried chicken in the world, and I'm gonna sell this fried chicken shack, and I'm gonna sell fried chicken, and don't realize that the price of chicken went up. Yeah. So now you might need to sell something else. You know who did a good pivot? I'm not saying it's the best pivot I ever seen, but when the price of wings went up, Wingstop went to Thigh-Stop. Right?
I'm gonna tell you a movie that I recommend for anybody that want to go down the road. If you already an entrepreneur, you want to go down the road of entrepreneurship, that will give you, when we start talking about failure and learning from it, an awesome movie is the Hugh Hefner Playboy movie on Amazon on Prime. Yeah. And it was it's like 4 or 5 different episodes, but it gave an awesome story in regards to how things changed over the years from when he was the first one to when he left Esquire to start Playboy, because he was a writer there, first one to offer the centerfold. Then he was one of the first people to have the nightclubs. Then when that changed, because when he did the centerfold, then everybody else did it.
Right.
He got the nightclub, then everybody else did it. He did the cable channel, then everybody else did it. I mean, it was just a constant pivot and adjustment.
Right.
Where okay, this is getting stagnant, I gotta adjust. This is getting stagnant, I gotta adjust. But that is a great movie for anybody that wants to get in entrepreneurship. That I think it's American Playboy, but it's Hugh Hefner story on Prime. But man, it was a awesome showing of how things, you have to pivot and adjust with certain stuff.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be real with you. And I say it all the time. It ain't nothing new. I don't think most people want to start their own business. I think they just want a job that's going to pay them some more money or give them more freedom, autonomy, responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if your job was just to provide that for you, you wouldn't fuck with them and try to do that.
Right.
And then what bring their asses away from that damn business is like, oh shit, this is way more I thought.
Right.
Because when we started business, what I want everybody to kind of keep in mind, we started now again. 2 things. Let me get this first disclaimer. Your side hustle, where you just cooking cakes on the side, everybody likes Pooch's cakes.
Right.
Well, they good.
Hey.
That's cool. That's my side hustle.
Right.
But now I want to sit here and say it's a business because I got some traction, I got some motion. Now I want to start my business. So you have to create that whole structure that you got at your job, right? As far as your policies, procedures, standards, and all this kind of stuff. You got to create that for your business.
Right.
And remember, most people, we get paid on the 1st and the 15th. We're cool. It's a level of confidence.
Right.
So you're doing a business while you got your job and stuff like that. You ain't got to stress of that money coming in. But now you don't got your business. You don't turn around and bought some equipment, got a lease, and did some stuff, got some kind of capital investment, that was, now you got some vested interest in it. So you got to move a little different because you got to, number one, recoup that money back first. And then after there, thing for that, just try to grow your business. And a lot of folks ain't built for that, right? Because at the end of the day, I can be flexible with my business because I still got my job money coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now we want to try to go further, and now it's all on there because I'm making a lot of money doing this stuff on the side.
Right.
What if I can do it full time?
Right.
But then I stick out there like, shit, I really ain't. It was all right money, but I ain't got that safety net no more. And that's what caused so many people to go back. And I'm gonna be real with people. If you go into it with the right mindset, they understand that things are going to happen. And don't look at it from a negative standpoint that something bad happened. Just look at it like, look, man, this is just a learning moment.
Mm-hmm.
But like, look, no, that didn't go right. I tried to do that, it didn't work. I've learned so much stuff over the years, even with just the YouTube channel. Let's try this. Me and Lab after the show, we'll sit here and campaign and politics with each other. Like, man, let's try this, let's try that.
Mm-hmm.
Some shit work, some don't. I can't sit here and say something. Anything we've talked about been sustainable, but some things we've tried to do and it work. Me being in the tax business, from the years in the early 2000s, rapid refunds and all this other kind of stuff,
really had to with
and everything, and then to where it is now, that stuff is gone.
Uh-huh.
You got damn near half the industry is gone because people doing their own taxes,
Mm-hmm.
constant pivoting and adjusting,
Right?
And I say all that to say that a lot of folks aren't necessarily, again, mentally prepared for things to not go their way in life, period.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you stop for a second, pre-pandemic, most of the people that were the huge podcasters, they're not even around.
Mm-mm.
Right?
Mm-mm. Well, think about during the pandemic, how many podcasters were huge? Like, they became huge. It became a huge because everybody was at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they had nothing else to do but listen and watch podcasts. Then once the doors open and people go outside, it becomes different. Yeah. The numbers go down.
Yeah. You weren't interested, and I just didn't have nothing else to do.
Right.
So, and again, you got to sit there and say to yourself, as far as how are you going to pivot and adjust to do certain stuff.
Right.
And a lot of times people weren't necessarily in a position to make any kind of changes,
Mm-hmm.
right? I really want to share with people, just we have, again, tonight's show we're talking about how to learn, how to handle failure and learn from it in business. I really want to share with you guys just to keep in mind that, again, things are not going to be set in stone,
Mm-hmm.
right? Things are not going to be set in stone. A couple things I want to go over, you guys, in regards to just, number one, starting with learning from the mistakes. I'm going to give you guys a couple tips in regards to how to learn from your mistakes. But if you got any questions or comments, make sure you leave them in the chat. But also make sure if you got anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to call in. Except the worm guy. 678-740-9894.
Right.
Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. I mean, I wish I had the damn I can't add. That's the only thing with TikTok. I can't add anything to it. They kind of kick you out when you try to put it. Let me see.
Hopefully they listening.
678-740-9894. Feel free to call in. We're talking about, again, how to handle failure and learn from it. A couple things I want to just tell you guys when we start talking about the importance of learning from mistakes. The first thing I want to talk about is just having reflection over reaction. Think about what just happened and don't be impulsive. Don't be so impulsive. Like, man, nobody coming in, nobody's calling. We just did all these ads. I just paid somebody on Instagram to do the ad promo, and nobody's happy. Don't be impulsive.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Did we send it to the wrong audience?
Right.
Did we pick the wrong target audience?
Demographic.
Right. Did we put enough money in advertising?
Mm-hmm.
Think for a second. Reflect before you react. You got to be smart, because when you start moving in emotion and getting away from logic, that's when you start having a lot of problems. We got to be cool with everything, right? Because like I say, stuff gonna happen. You got to just be prepared for stuff to happen. So make sure you reflect before you react. The second thing is, kind of find that lesson. What we're talking about too. What is what can we pull from this particular situation where we say, hey, I didn't do enough? Because again, I can look at myself. I didn't do enough. What could we have done differently? What could we have done right? What did we do wrong? Learn a lesson from it, because I can look at myself. There have been things over the years, especially being young in business. The salon, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be brutalized, but hell, I might get a junkie to go in there and try to clean out the pipes.
Right. That wasn't the way.
They go in there, Pooch, I got it.
Right. But you will learn it.
I'm bringing this street shit.
Right.
I got these folks going in there
Right.
with their little plunge or whatever.
Right.
I'm gonna call Roto-Rooter, because I'd rather get this dude $50 instead of paying these folks $300 or $400. But the thing of it is, you're gonna be constantly doing what? Paying somebody to redo it.
Right. So you could have spent $300 off the rip and save $500.
Exactly. And you ain't gotta revisit it.
Right.
So kind of understand that aspect. Guys, like I said, I done messed up before. That's why I sit here and share this stuff with you guys. Like, man, stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the point that stuff happens. It's the point what you do when stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know, you gotta sit here. Hey, anybody came in on mom came in?
Mom did come in. I'm sorry, Mom. I did not notice that you had come in. Well, Mama came in at 8:18. 3 minutes after we started.
What's up, Mom?
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. Charge it to my head, not my heart. You know we love you.
Okay. Wills told me he was gonna tune in. Now he had a virtual trap practice.
Oh, okay.
So my baby boy said he's gonna come in. But yeah, man, you got to really just be able to, you know, find a lesson and stuff. Because I can just say that myself. Like when you start, you know, want to post yourself and do everything, and you just leave it to your social media posting. If you ain't got a big following, shit, it's gonna be limited to that. And then if you got your family or friends, they sharing your stuff. But if they're not the demographic to buy what you want,
right,
it ain't gonna go
nowhere. Don't help.
So you got to sit here and just learn the lesson. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong?
Right.
Build self-awareness, guys. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by build self-awareness, know your shortcomings, what you did. You know, what can you do better? Do this. Sometimes, like, we quit to say, these folks don't want to support me. They don't want to do this. They'll come
my business.
Yeah, Trump took my business. Kamala didn't do this. I mean, what the hell you didn't do?
Right. It's never my fault.
Exactly. We got to say and be honest with what I say. Is like, look, man, I got to burn the midnight oil. You know what I'm saying? I might got to miss, you know, that club night. I might got to miss the party, right?
Right.
I might got to stay up a couple more hours.
Right.
Because this needs to get done because it needs to hit tomorrow morning. Right?
Right.
You got to be able to, you know, be honest with yourselves about, you know, what you're bringing to the table, what you laying out and stuff. What do I like doing that, Larry?
No.
You know what I'm saying? People really don't like
self-reflection is a very hard thing for humans to do. They'll say they do it all the time, but reflecting on yourself and being honest, it's not possible.
Well, you know, that's what I was telling you. I talked about when I was coaching. You know, the kids, you know, son, what's going on? Coach, I didn't. And I always be brutally honest. Until you admit what you did wrong, we can't fix it. Like, at the end of the day, regardless how you want to look at it.
Right.
Until you say, okay, I messed up, we can fix what you messed up.
Right.
Because I don't know why you messed up. I know you messed up.
Right.
It might be something you seen, something you didn't know, or whatever. I don't know why. I know you did. Okay, but I need you to admit it first. Because once you admit it, and then you tell me, we can fix that.
Then we can adjust.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now I know why. Oh, no, son, you're looking at it wrong. Or you didn't know, well, this is what we're doing, right? Now, because I know you admitted it, and I know we can fix that. But until you admit it, we can't go anywhere. And that's I'm telling you, that's what messes up so many business owners, because it's always somebody else or some other thing why things ain't working for them. You know what I'm saying? Be real with yourself. So you're working on that self-awareness. And a huge thing is, guys, is you got to move from a fix to a growth mindset. Don't be so stuck on this is the way I do it, this is the way I've been doing it for years, this is what I'm used to, or whatever. You got to sit here and say, put yourself in uncomfortable places. I just had a conversation with PJ the other day. P for 6 months I graduated from college, and you know, we were just talking. I said, a lot of stuff that I've told you to do when you're in school, go to some of these rooms. Like, you know, I understand if you're not the type of person that likes talking to strangers, or networking or speaking with people. But you can't have them expectations of a person that does do that. Right. And you got to kind of put yourself in positions where, again, coming out to fix, this is how I am. I don't like doing it, to a growth mindset. What can I do to make me a better businessman, better entrepreneur, better have my business, you know, developing and stuff. You got to move like that, right? Because we can't be so stagnant, stuck where we are, because where we are is going to get where we are results.
Right.
We start putting other stressors and stuff like that, getting out there, you know, because with that said, like, at the end of the day, I think the show probably been where it was. You know, the channels and everything, same thing here with the radio station and everything. We've always had to sit here and just say grow and adjust and everything. And keeping it real, the people that didn't want to do it, they ain't here no more. Real talk.
Yeah. That's
real
true.
talk.
That right. You are 100% right.
You know, because I can do it the way I want to do it. That ain't what I want to do. And sometimes we got people that doing it the way they want to do, and they still where the hell they was.
Right.
You can't do that.
Yeah, people, you know, and especially in this podcasting thing, a lot of people don't realize that just because Shannon Sharp got it this way and he does it this way, he's done a great job, he's successful at it, doesn't mean it's going to work for you. you may want to try dip your toe into that a little bit, and then you got to say, well, this ain't working. We got to move to something else, and that's what we ran into here. We ran into a lot of issues with people just not wanting to pivot, adjust, or people thinking, oh, I need to be in a storefront. I need to be in a big spot with, like I said earlier, $500 microphones and, cameras from Tyler Perry Studios, and, and that's great. You should feel that way. But I bet you I get the same product, the same thing you're going to get where you're going to pay $500-$600 a show. And I'm going to give you the same product. It's going to have the same success.
Man, I'm gonna shout out my man Lawrence Henderson, man. Me and him came into 100 together, and Lawrence was already kind of doing podcasts and stuff like that. And I remember when I met with Lawrence at the bar, like, hey man, I want to get into this, I want to do this, that, and that. And Lawrence just told me something that made me feel so damn stupid. D, just take your phone out.
You're right. And start.
Yeah, start. He said you already got your Gmail.
Right.
So you already got a YouTube already.
Right.
And that's what I did. I just started.
Right.
I didn't sit here and try to worry about the cameras and all this other kind of stuff. That comes with evolution.
Right.
At the end of the day, but I just got over, hey man, this, that, and that, what's going on?
Right.
This Deonte Burden changing lives, da. I had to learn that, get over that feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You used to talking live and messing up live and all this other kind of stuff. Because we messed up here, shit. We messed up.
Right. We've always been live from day one.
What was the first night? What the hell happened? Lab or
power went out.
It was something. But my whole plan, I had a plan.
Right.
And that first show we did.
Yeah, it threw you off. It threw.
Yeah,
I remember.
No, yeah, you was moving in front of me.
Around.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there like,
you couldn't get.
I can't damn read that first show.
Yeah,
it just threw me off.
I was moving all around. I was doing stuff, and you was like, I'm thrown off. And then I was like, just talk. And you was like, I was like, just talk.
That very first show.
Right.
But what if I let that pump me?
Right.
And that's the kind of thing we got to kind of be aware of. You got to make sure when things happen, don't necessarily look at it like, oh man,
right,
we didn't get this together. We do that, man. Learn from it. What we got right here, Sad Publicity PR. What's going on? Great topic, gents. Do you think failure of any kind can hit the ego and cause fear of retrying? Absolutely. The question is, do you think failure of any kind can hit the ego and cause fear of retrying? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The thing of it is that, and I think that happens more so with situations where people are less focused on the goal as opposed to themselves. If I'm trying to grow the channel, be successful, make money, I'm not tripping on, I'm not worried about how I look.
Right.
I want to make sure everything's going right, but we on a mission. We trying to make the goal.
Right.
We sitting there focused on how it happened. I can't get into that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of times it hits the ego a lot worse when you fail because you already have in your mind. See, we set ourselves up for failure to fail and make it feel so way because we already know that what we got in our mind, the idea of business that we have in our mind is a one of a kind business, and it's gonna be a success. Yeah. Nobody else is selling fold up scissors that you can carry in your pocket. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I remember in business school when I was getting my MBA, the teacher said, come up with something that we can sell in business that you think will be a success that either will add to people's everyday life or that will add to something people already use in their everyday life. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you make these things up, and then he goes through and he said, somebody already does that. Somebody already got that. And the reason he's doing it, he's showing you that this is failure. Somebody already made that. You know they got this over here. You get what I'm saying? And every item that we came up with in that professor's class, he shot it down. Every item. And he did that for almost, let me tell it, a month. We kept coming up with new ideas. He just kept shooting them down. Like if you got this one, like if you got this idea, okay, that's a good idea, but such and such do it. How can you do it? Just shooting them down.
But you know what? To that point, like, and this is something I think everybody need to kind of listen in on that. I don't have to do it better than the lab.
Right.
I just got to do the way I need to do it to get me some money.
Right.
Because here's the deal: the people that are come in the lab, they're gonna come to the lab. I don't need to get labs customers. I just need to focus on my customers. Right. And I think that's where, people say, okay, well, differentiate you, this, that, and that. That's cool as long as you're still going towards who you're trying to get to. And we're talking about how to handle failure and learn from it in business. People so many times focus on being the best, platinum, only one, and stuff like that. Shit, it 30 slices to the cake.
Right. Most definitely.
I ain't gotta have a cake. I just need a slice.
I just need a slice.
Right? So I'm just saying, my tax business, right there in Riverdale, I know how many people, average tax season, let's say we pushing it. Deonte, 300 to 500 people. Right. My body, that's me personally, I take. I get that in Riverdale. So I don't need to get all this South all over.
And all that.
Yeah, South Food, Starbridge. Right. We ain't even went to the city of Atlanta.
Right.
I just need, that's the most I can do.
Right.
Now, hiring people and they can do more and stuff like that. I'm just saying, for Deonte Burden,
right,
300 to 500 people.
Right.
Right. I can't do no more than that in that little time period.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, why do you have to be the top?
Right.
I don't need to sit here and post all on social media.
Right.
I'm 20-some years in the game. I'm doing grandchildren.
Right.
Like people got to, you did my grandmama, you did my mama, now you doing me. Right? I'm
right.
up there now.
Right.
But I say all that to say, even if, I could go back to the younger meal, just tell anybody young, man, you ain't got to make you don't have to be worried about
all the money.
Yeah. Because you're not. You're not.
Right.
You can get fat 5 miles from wherever your location is.
Right.
But people don't understand that.
They don't.
They don't understand that.
Right.
And they be so focused on, I can't get this, I can't get that. It's not that you can't. You're looking for the wrong thing.
Uh-huh.
Focus on what working for you. Because, Lab, here's the deal, man. Lab, I didn't start a YouTube channel making all these damn grant videos.
You did not.
No. So at the end of the day, but those are the ones that are bringing in the traction, the following, and all that kind of stuff. Cool. At the end, the goal still been to go what? Help entrepreneurs, help people with personal finance, help people with information, right? But at the end of the day, even if it's something that I didn't necessarily have a hard passion on doing it, if I know that's what most people want, I gotta sit here and say to myself, like, look, man, you want to keep doing this shit and ain't getting nothing from it, right? Or you just want to kind of revamp it and put more focus on that. Mm-hmm. I'm at the point now I do it all, right? And so that's what I think a lot of times people gotta understand. When you have setbacks and things that are gonna challenge certain stuff, just be prepared to pivot and adjust. Mm-hmm. That's all you got to do.
That's it.
Again, tonight's show, we're talking about how to handle failure and learn from it in business. Again, how to handle failure and learn from it in business. The call-in number 678-740-9894. Again, it's 678-740-9894. Guys, listen, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. You're new in business. Hey, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I'm 23, 24 years in business. I'm sitting here telling you, look, man, like Shawty Low said, done it all.
Right.
And
right.
And again, you got a wealth of information in between my ears. So feel free if you got any questions, anything like that, I can just be straight up with you about it. So we're talking again, how to handle failure and learn from it in business. Feel free to ask your questions. We're here now.
And let me ask you a question. Do you think failure crushes entrepreneurs so much to where they don't want to even try? Like some people, like you a serial entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. You start one, if it don't make, you'll start another. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people just don't have that. After the one failure, they done.
Well, that's Atlanta. Everybody wants to beat it. I had a cat call the other day. He said, and I'm just getting this kind of just this caveat. I've been in business so long. He said that we own multiple businesses.
Okay.
And we want to put it up on an umbrella.
Okay.
And he said, we're getting rid of our old accountant because they didn't agree with it. We want to know, are you familiar with doing it?
Uh-huh.
I said, yeah, I'm familiar with doing it. But I said, the question is, I was going to go back because I'm very mindful. I'm not so thirsty. I'm just trying to get business.
Right.
Why the hell you left your old accountant? Because I be honest with you, lad, what I found, most people leave the accountant or tax person not because they did something wrong. It's because they told them the right thing to do and you didn't like it.
Okay.
That's what I've learned out of experience.
Uh-huh.
Not that the accountant did anything wrong or the taxpayer. It's more so they gave you a result
that
you didn't like it, and you think they're wrong because you didn't like it.
Right.
And so I'm very mindful of this. I'm asking, like, hey man, so what make you think, well, this is what we want to do? Shit, that might not necessarily be the best way. From that point, I know then I probably want to deal with these folks.
Right.
Because they're stuck on what the hell they need to do. And you probably just need to stick on your business.
Right.
You come in my world telling me what, you know what I'm saying? Because the person the advice they were given was probably correct.
And that's not what they wanted to hear.
Exactly.
They wanted to hear what they were saying was correct. Let's get this rolling. Yeah.
Because I'm saying here, like, why would you, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Or what you're trying to do. And I think, Lab, again,
Six said some people just never been told no.
Well, a lot of times when you got the money, folks don't tell you no.
Right. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you're a true business person, you want to be a dog, you ain't worried about being the king of the jungle.
Right.
You want to be a king among kings.
Right.
Real kings.
Right.
Not no imposters or whatever. And when you're around other kings, now you're getting game. No, they want you to do. That ain't what you should do. I went about a different way. And depending on your maturity level as a business owner, entrepreneur, you ain't gonna take that as an insult. What you mean by that, dog?
Right.
Okay, cool. Damn, I wouldn't even think about that. Really?
And
then we can't. We know we kicking it with each other.
Now we vibe.
I'm getting game.
Right.
I ain't in my feelings. Like, man, tell me what to do.
Right.
Like, damn, well, explain that. See, that's the rooms I want to be in.
Right.
I done made money. And God, no, I done lost money. I'm not trying to lose money. So Lab telling me, nah, Pooch, I wouldn't do it that way. Shit, well, how would you do it?
Right.
How would you do it? I ain't got no ego into it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when you said I did this podcast, I said, just be yourself. Just talk to somebody. Just talk to them like you talk to your friend on the couch.
I could have sat there and argued with that and that. But shit, let me try that.
Right.
Because the shit I'm doing ain't working. So I'm just saying, let's do that.
And I've had people coming here, try to set up for a podcast. I want this lighting. I need this backdrop. I need this. I said, and what's your end goal?
Yeah.
The end goal to you doing all this for the podcast is what? It's to get more subscribers and start making money from child. I said, but I see people who has millions of subscribers sitting at their desk.
What happened? I mean, you gotta be interesting too.
Right. I said that's the thing. I said you gotta be interesting. All these props and stuff are not who you are. If you're not an interesting person, I don't care how many blue screens and green screens you have behind you. They're just not gonna tune in.
Yeah. And you have to be in a mindset, because that doesn't mean that your opinion might be right, but at the end of the day, be receptive to understand. Let me think about that.
Right.
And we start talking about again how to handle failure and learn from it in business. You guys got to be able to sit here and just think about our vision is just that, our vision. We got reality. Like I tell my kids, you got what you ever going to college for. It's what you want to do, and then you got who's hiring.
Right.
Who's hiring gonna dictate everything.
Right.
You know, and how far you want to adjust with that. Pete off and graduate in a couple minutes.
Right.
In a couple months. I'm just saying, like, hey, dog, listen. Now we're at the point, okay, you finna go into the job market, right? Now you gotta sit here and look at, okay, this is what's available. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that's where you gotta stay.
Right.
Okay, but cool. These are the things that are available to me. I'm choosing these three. My end goal in 3 years is here. 5 years. Let me get this skill set from here. Maybe start looking at here. Then go to that. But you got to kind of sit here and plan. You can't just you're here, you want to be this VP or executive one day.
Right.
You got to sit here and go through the rigors of it, right?
Right.
I have this business. Everybody thinks I got to be Mr. Global this. I got to be, Miss such and such and all this other kind of stuff, because you've seen it on Instagram or you've seen it on Facebook. Like, that shit ain't real. When you want to go out, you got to get you some real scars. You got to go through you got to go through some real disappointments. You got to shed some real damn tears. You're going to mess up some real money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you do that, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry so much about being around people that sit here and say that I can, show you how to do this kind of stuff and you pay this money just sit in the room with them. Like, look, man, once you have to be able to, there's no substitute for experience. There's no substitute for hard work. There's no substitute for failure.
True. You learn something if you learn something from it.
Exactly. You sitting there trying to say, well, I just try to do this, try to do that kind of stuff and everything like that. That's how they move. And it might be what they're trying to do may be totally different from what you're even able to do. Because they don't have kids. They don't have certain family members. They don't have credit limitations. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got money limitations, right? There are a lot of things people don't want to necessarily sit here and be honest with themselves about what they have going on, right? This ain't fantasy out, it's business.
Right.
And you got to be able to be honest with yourself in regards to the way you moving and the way I'm moving. Can you do the kind of things that I'm doing to net the same results? Again, guys, tonight we're talking about how to handle failure and learn from it in business, how to handle failure and learn from it in business. Feel free to leave your comments. You got anything? You got any questions? Feel free to put them in the chat. Anybody got any questions over there, Lab? All right. If you got anything you want to call in, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. What I want to give you guys right now is a couple of strategies you can take to handle failure positively. A couple of strategies on how to handle failures positively. And the one is, acknowledge and process the setback. Again, this happened wrong. This is what we did right. This is what we did wrong. This is what we can do different. We use in the military, we call it AAR or after action review.
After action review.
We do that in the military. Every time we have a mission or any kind of thing we do the AAR. We sit down and talk about all those kind of things. Process it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that wrong being disappointed. Right. Ain't that wrong being disappointed. It didn't work out and everything. But actually sit down and be honest. What happened? What happened? Not to have blame or do anything like that. What happened? Because it may be something that happened that you weren't prepared for. It may be something that happened that you just like, damn, but we ain't have that. Or we couldn't even be able to facilitate that, right? Do that. Okay. Make sure you acknowledge in the process the whole thing that didn't happen, right? You can reframe the failure as feedback. And what we're saying about that, just talk about it in regards to what does this experience tell me about the approach or my market. You can sit here and say that, like, because what you're doing is the process, by the way you thought about going about it. And what I mean by that is that's the way you thought about doing it. Once you sit there and say to yourself, you get that feedback, and you see that a lot of times when people order online and people say, what was your experience and stuff like that? Try to, you sit there and look at it. Well, man, we make them go about it this way. We get intel and information. And here's the deal. Just because somebody telling you or giving their opinion on something, that don't make it right.
Right.
That don't make it right. So you do open the doors to get stuff and listen, get it all. And then you say, well, look, man, that's just somebody how they feel. That's not tangible. And then we say concrete. And then we got opinions and facts and all this other kind of stuff. Not to blow anybody off, but you got to sit here and learn how to disseminate what information is going to be critical to you, what you can and cannot use. You got to understand that. But get that feedback.
Okay.
To sit there and say, okay, cool. Again, we're talking about strategies that for handling failure positively. Break it down. Break down the failure. Make sure tell people to analyze what happened. You got to analyze it and say, hey, man, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? What can we do differently? Your effort. Things you couldn't control. What things went left at, right? And just sit there and be honest with yourself. Can we even handle this stuff? Look, man, we shouldn't even been there.
Right.
I mean, it was a cool thing. We shouldn't even
been
been
doing
there.
too much.
Yeah, that was a different demographic. We brought 3 people. We should have had 10. We had 100 hot dogs. We should have had 500. We sold out too quick. We had 500 hot dogs. It should have won them, but 100 hot dogs. We could have had less and charged more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just going back and analyzing what we did. Breaking down everything and stuff. Because sometimes we want to do so well, but we do so much we can kind of just hurt us like, damn, man, I don't think that's probably the most smartest thing.
Right.
To
do you think people actually break it down though? Like,
absolutely not.
They break it down bit by bit. Like, okay, I took that 2 tenths. I should have took 3 tenths of it. I should have bought the big barbecue grill instead of that little small, medium size one. And I should have bought 500 drinks instead of 100. Do you think they actually break it down to every piece of the puzzle and putting it together to figure out what actually happened with what actually made the endeavor fail?
Well, let me correct myself. They, to a certain degree, because when stuff don't work right, people think and reflect, because it can be the blame or even just kind of assess everything, how they might go about it differently.
Okay.
Give you examples. So it's just to the point we talking about. Let's say if it's you're a vendor at a show or something like that. Early on, you may be overly prepared.
Right.
Take too much out there.
Right.
And then there might be some situations where you were underprepared.
Right.
You didn't take enough out there and stuff like that. You gotta be honest with you. Like, damn, we sold out too quick. Damn, man, we put too much out there. With everything. They folks went that hungry. Or that's that event we went to. They sold us on it, but that's not the people that eat our particular food. They buy our particular shirts.
Right.
I think it's after the fact, but that's the thing about it. You gotta do it to get the education.
To know about it.
Right?
Right.
How am I gonna get the intel unless I go out there and try to learn? You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So it's kind of like a give and take. If you ain't out there fighting, you ain't gonna learn. So to answer your question, do most people do that? It depends on the degree they want to get involved with stuff. You see what I'm saying?
I get it.
So that those kind of things, a person is going to be a vendor at a certain event. Once they got the intel, later they can say, okay, we're going to continue to do this. This is how we're going to adjust it. Might bring a bigger grill, might bring more equipment, or might just take less, charge more money. However they do it, right?
Right.
But those are the kind of things you got to kind of do it if you're going to continue to do it. Some folks are like, man, I don't want to do this no more. I ain't like it. Folks out here complaining, they doing this, that, and that. You might got cheap ass forks, plates falling apart. That's how you get your intel. They don't say failure.
Right.
You learn from it, right?
Right.
Those kind of things.
Right.
You only got one card swiper. You might need 2 or 3. Your whole system from the intake, the order, cook, process.
Take too long.
It take too long. Right. Now you go back to the lab. Hey man, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it this way, that way, this way. Boom, get them out because I want to make sure when people come, I ain't got no line around the corner. I'm gonna fix my supply chain. But you gonna be going like Chick-fil-A does.
Right.
You walking down the thing, getting their order and everything, get their money. So when they walk their ass up here, it's ready.
It's ready.
You see what I'm saying? Those kind of things can be done, right? Get your ass out there and go down the line and get it,
get
right?
The orders, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, a lot of times, if people can be honest with themselves and kind of think outside the box and get the hell out of their own way, they see things change for them in life. You feel me? Like
I get what you're saying.
Set new goals and take action. Again, what I wanted to do and what I need to do or what I'm allowed to do is totally different, right?
Right.
So we got to be able to sit here and don't get in our feelings because things can't necessarily go the way we wanted to go initially. We got to make a couple of, adjustments to that. So setting them new goals and set that plan of action on how you want to go about that. You feel me?
Right.
Don't be the person to hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so stuck in your ways, right? We're doing it. Cultivate resilience and perseverance. Make sure that you and your team understand, like, look, man, we ain't letting this shit punk us.
Right.
We ain't gonna let this punk us. Stuff gonna happen.
We're gonna keep pushing.
We're gonna keep pushing. And far too often, I think people get so caught into not necessarily being prepared to be able to handle setbacks.
Do you think people put restraints on themselves by telling them, by year 5, I should be making this or I should be doing that when it comes to my business? I think sometimes we do that. We set up in our mindset, by year 5, I need to be, bringing in $100,000, every 2 months and this, that, and that. And we set ourselves up for because by year 5, we ain't making close to that. We ain't none of the goals we set for year 5 are coming to fruition. And what's happening is depressing us for one, and it's breaking down them walls of resilience to where we like, you know what, this ain't gonna work. But year 6 may be the year. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's why I told you before, Lab, to answer the question if people put restraints. I think people always hold themselves back because they don't put the numbers. See, numbers keep us honest. Words to keep us dreaming. So you saying I should be here, I should be there. So for me to make X amount of dollars, I gotta sell this at this price. If I do that, I push it so many a day, so many a week, so many a month, I should make that at the end of the year. Right. But they don't want to do that. They'll just say, I want to be here. You understand what I'm saying? Right. But in order to get here, we gotta do a path to get there. They don't want to draw a path. They just want to click, blink, I'm there.
Uh-huh.
And that's not how the world works. You understand what I'm saying?
True. That's true.
And when it happens is, when we start writing down the pathway on how to get there, that shit be so scary and difficult. Man, I ain't got time to add all these numbers and shit. I gotta cook.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he closed.
Yeah.
That's why he closed.
Yeah.
This why.
I watched the video. I watched some on Netflix, and we're gonna get back to this. I'm sorry. It just reminded me of the resilience. It was about pasta making, noodles. It was a chef table. It was called Chef Tables. Noodles was the one. And I tell Slick about this all the time. The resilience that this first guy had in learning how to make pasta. It's called pasta. And learning how to make pasta. Pasta is it. All he wanted to do was make pasta. He felt like pasta was his calling. But to go over to Italy with no money, you know what I'm saying? The resilience, he knew that this is what he wanted to do. He was so focused on it. I mean, it kind of brought a tear to mind because how focused he was on that and how he knew that it took him 10 years to become successful at it. As far as a business wise, he had businesses, but they all failed. You know, and then he had another bit. Came back from Italy after going the second time, and he was working in a restaurant, but it was a burger place. It's like, I don't want to take these damn burgers. But he said, okay, I will put flair to the burgers so he could get his money, get investors to do. But he was steadfast at it. It took him, you know, you look at him, you be like, oh, he must have been successful in 2 years. No, he said it took him almost 15 years to become successful at this. Mm-hmm. But his resilience to it was, you know what I'm saying? He knew what he did wrong the first time. When he opened his restaurant, he let the person who was his business manager do all the business stuff, and he just cooked. Yeah, he shouldn't have did that. He had no idea what was going on. He had no idea what was going on with the money and the vendors and all that. He became $3 million in debt. He said, okay, I can't do it that way no more. Had to go back to work. But you get what I'm saying? He learned from the failures. No, so you can't put a measure on somebody's ambition. You can't put a measure on somebody's heart. Right. I don't know how tough Lab is. Right. I can't measure that. I don't know how much or how resilient Poochie gonna be, right? Right. But I want to share something with everybody, and this is what I think everybody going in business, because you know we kind of nearing the end of everything. But I want to be very real with everybody. I got a couple posts this week. So the young man kept posting, "Do you got grants for startups? Okay. People starting in business?" Yeah. He said, well, and I said, you go on the grant playlist. Well, these folks got to be established. So what he's saying to me is he don't have a business. He's got an idea. Right. And again, we're talking about how to handle failure and learn from it in business. LaChana says, I agree. Customer service will sell when the product ain't the best. Absolutely. Because a lot of times it's not what you do for me, it's how you make me feel. Right. A lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the experience you can give me can override, what you did. Right. Right. Or what you gave to me. But when we start thinking about this, Lab, here's the deal. A lot of time people, when you're looking at the channel, you're looking at the show and everything, people want something. Mm-hmm. They want help with their business. They want some knowledge. A lot of times, I need funding to get this business started. Listen, y'all, I really want people to understand, nobody gives a fuck about your business. Right. Nobody really cares about it. I want people to understand that nobody cares about it more than you. Mm-hmm. So you're sitting here trying to get funding, grow this business and stuff like that. Nobody cares about that. Right. When we look at shows like Shark Tank and stuff like that, what people keep missing all the time is, if you give me this money, I can do this. Right. Not understanding, like, look, if I give you money, your focus need to be how much money you're going to give me back, right, in addition to what I gave you. Right. But people so stuck on themselves, nobody cares about your dream. Right. Nobody's going to give you a grant to start a business because you want to start a business. It has to be beneficial to the person, the organization, or the greater society. Right, the greater good. Not your greater pocket. Right. And I think people just really need to understand that when we start talking about, again, just failure. A failure a lot of times just starts here. Mm-hmm. Because you're not understanding, like, look, man, for you to get the way you want to be, this is your dream. But how can I make my dream come true beside me asking for shit? Right. I got to sit here and do things for people to make that deal sweet. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Because it far too often, I think so many times people are stuck on out. And we did I replayed one of the shows the other night. People say, if I had money, I'd do this. Mm-hmm.
And when people get so stuck on they can't do anything in their life or try to do anything unless they get funded or help for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Your dream shouldn't be based on what I do for you or
Right.
what somebody else give you.
Right.
If you're gonna make it happen, you're gonna make it happen. I be honest with folks. It took me 2 years to leave my job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I had conversations with people. You know, you were lucky to do this. They weren't lucky shit. I did.
That's right.
How dare anybody say look?
It was luck.
It wasn't damn luck. I was so fucking uncomfortable.
Right.
For a couple years. I did that.
Most definitely.
I did that.
Right.
No damn body. No damn luck.
Right.
I did that.
Most definitely.
I made sacrifices. I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Much as I like to go shopping, I ain't go shop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I knew what I was trying to do. You feel me? And I want people to understand. We're having this conversation about learning. Was you about to say something?
I was gonna say, Slick says people want free info for free. No one wants to work. No one wants to work. They want to get to be given. They want it to be given to them. People lazy, but they want everything for themselves.
I'm telling you, lad.
Right.
The guy was saying, I knew he was hitting it. Like, hey man, you gotta be established. Go start your business.
Right.
Nobody will give you no damn money off your idea.
Right.
Your family will give you no money. So why would you think that a corporation or anybody would just give you money because you're talking?
Right.
That's insane.
Right. If that was the case, everybody be getting a little change.
Let me tell you something. Our contact information to the office is on all the videos. I get calls all the time. We want to start this business, start that business. They probably maybe decent ideas to actually in an inception and starting the business. But I just think people just lose the fact of folks will fund your business if it makes sense for them.
To them, yeah.
Yeah, it could be okay, cool. I can give you this money at this rate. You can bring back this and I make X amount of dollars for it. That's the person asking, you should already have that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
I can make this amount of money, get this back to you. You can make this. I'm going to make that after everything done and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But folks just don't, man, people are not going to believe in your shit like you. And stop assuming that people are going to sit here and help you like that's now.
Right.
They're going to do what's advantageous to you. Because I'm just, if it were that, if being in business and do all this stuff, financial independence and wealth, but everybody do it.
That's true.
Yeah, blink their eyes and they'll be financially safe.
I'll be blinking all the time.
It's extremely painful to be successful. It's gonna hurt you. You're gonna make some sacrifices. You're gonna give up on weekends, time. Gonna miss some parties and all this other kind of stuff. You want to sit here and be a certain way. You not get the final piece when you see a Elon Musk, you see a Jeff Bezos, you see a Bill Gates, and be like, that white man, he got this, that, and that. That white man pays some dues. Regardless what happened and stuff like that. Just like you might see your Magic Johnsons, you see your different, your local, just think your local people, black business owners that may be close to you and stuff. You see them and stuff. The ones that are legitimate,
right?
They pay some dues,
right? They work hard. Twisted.
And I will say this, and I can't sit here and say publicity. I say Bob Johnson too. A lot of times people understand that. That's a good example. I think people skip over the building of being at a certain point because it's not as cool as looking at
the finished product.
Yeah. And that's what I think gives that nostalgia of people looking at certain stuff. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. I mean, people that know me closely, people call me, shit, at 1, 2 in the morning, what you doing? Shit, I'm still working. But that day, shit, I'm at the bar. Right. At 11 in the morning. Right. I gotta work. Man, damn that shit. Right. Oh, I did that shit. I'm gone.
I did that last night.
Yeah, I did that shit last night. I'm gone for the next 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At 9 o'clock in the morning, if I get up, I do my little routine, might work out, get on my bike, every damn day, whatever. But shit, if I want to sit here and do this, I can do this.
So you work 20 hours a day, so you have to work 40 hours a week.
I live by it. Right. That ain't for everybody.
Right.
But again, you cannot have the expectations of somebody that does that.
Right.
No, you ain't gonna do that. You're not gonna do that getting off at 3 or 4. It ain't gonna happen.
Ain't going home.
Ain't gonna happen.
They get ready for the club.
It ain't gonna happen. Gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
I say all the time. We say that this podcasting this podcasting endeavor doesn't make money. It doesn't, but it's a joy of doing it. But me and Slick sacrifice a lot of stuff. We don't go to hardly any parties. We don't go out because we got a show every day. We don't go out to, just go out to eat. We don't do anything that everybody else will be doing. They come do a podcast. They doing that one day. They got to realize we doing it every day. So they come do it that one time. They gone. Well, we got that one, but then we got the next one. So so we sacrifice a lot of socializing to do this. But we know that it's something in it because we're doing it, and we feel like it can be a success. We just got to figure out the right link, the right Legos to put in to make it take off.
But the flip side of you being real too, because a lot of times folks will see in front like they doing it, what they showing it, then what the result is two different things. You just be honest with that. But I will say this: it's much appreciated what y'all do. But a lot of times, to be honest with you, even the people that's doing it outside of that one show, they ain't touching them.
No, they ain't touching.
But they still got touching it 5-6 times a week.
Right.
Expectations.
Right.
How the world work.
Right.
That ain't how the world work.
How it work.
And I just wish for more people, like, listen, guys, understand in life shit gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Shit gonna happen. And don't get so down on yourself when stuff happens. Learn from it. Like we just had this whole discussion, guys. And if you just came in, make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, check out the video in the full entirety, how to handle failure, learn from it in business. You got to be able to sit here and be honest with yourselves about what you did right, what you did wrong, what can you do better, learn from it, so you don't have to make the same mistakes or the same situation happen again, okay? Mm-hmm. Guys, we get to wrap it up. I do want to share some with you guys. I just released my ebook, 5 questions to ask yourself before you start a business. You have 5 questions. Appreciate that, 5 questions to ask yourself before you get started in business. It's an ebook on Amazon. I put the links on several places. It's just only $5. $5, and I guarantee you it's 5 questions with different subsets up under it. But if you ask yourself them 5 questions before you start business, you save yourself a lot of heartache and pain that a lot of people that don't ask themselves, because everybody, I got it. If that's one word I done heard a million times, I got it. And then 6 months, a year later, Deonte, man, I can't fix this shit. I can't fix this
right.
shit.
You should stay away with the beginning.
Yeah. I got it.
Right.
Everybody got it. You ain't got shit. You got shit. But if you check out that ebook again, 5 questions to ask yourself before you start business. The links on Amazon. I know you put in Deonte Burden. I got some of the posts on different posts on social media. You better check out. You can go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. You'll see in the community section. With that, you can go to my business, Majestic Business Services, which is majesticbiz.com. Join the email list. I make sure I stay sending at least 2 or 3 emails out a week to the email list. But definitely you can get the book there. But if you go to Amazon and put in, I know Deonte Burden, or you probably get all kind of responses. Put in 5 questions to ask yourself. But if you put in Deonte, Deonte Burden, Burden on Amazon, boom, they'll pop up. Books out of the road, they'll pop up and everything. But it's a quick, easy read. 5 questions to ask yourself before you start business. It's a $5 book, and I guarantee that $5 book will save you $5,000 in bullshit that you may not necessarily do. But definitely go try it out. But listen, guys, we had a great conversation with you guys tonight. But I do want to say again, thank you so much for the 60,000 subscribers we have on YouTube. I mean, I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Thanks for all the love and support. And look, man, we're going to end this year off right. Now, I will tell you guys this. Black Friday's coming. I'm going to have some new merchandise coming up.
Oh.
I'm going to have some new merchandise coming up.
Get ready for it.
So listen, ladies, if you want your man looking good, give him some Short Dollar gift. Fellas, you want him looking right. I'm trying to have these nightgowns with the Mr. Short Dollar. Now listen. Now your lady wearing the nightgown with Mr. Short Dollar on there. Don't think about me.
Right.
What the hell do they think about? I figure out some bullshit to tell you. But I'm just saying, the stuff is going to be there.
Right.
Yeah, like I set myself up for that.
You did. Ladies, when your man got on that Short Dollar gear, you might feel like he got some money. You might feel like you're a man with some money. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what y'all do for the men for money?
What the hell the man gonna think about when their lady got him a Short Dollar gift?
That he the man she was thinking about because he got they got to wear that Short Dollar gear together.
No, man, we can't. Shit, we got to sell something now.
They say you need some models in your merch.
I got models on there. I got some models on there.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some more and everything. So we got the new stuff coming out, man, and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna post some more because typically, when people buy the merchandise, they'll send me. I send the pictures out and everything. I cut the necks out and everything.
Okay.
I still show the sexy physiques.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everything. But I do want to, all seriousness, if you are interested, you can go to my website, DeonteBurden.com. I know I got several. Deonte Burden, that's DEONTE Burden, BURDN.com. And the link there will take you to the actual store to see what the merchandise we have on there already. So definitely I got the clothes, the cups, mouse pads, got it all kind of merchandise on there. But we're gonna add new stuff to the stores. So definitely want you guys to go there and check everything out. But my main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. On Mr. Short Dollar, the links in the description section, all videos for all the information you need to catch the website and over to the office. When you guys got any questions, don't call me at 9 o'clock and ask about no damn grant. Right. Bullshit people be doing. And listen, normal work hours, I promise you. I love you guys. I will answer your question. Don't call their happy hour. And don't call, doing, regular, nighttime hours and stuff. But your boy got you, okay? But again, from the bottom of my heart, I want to tell everybody I love and appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving me and everything like that. But right now, we on it, guys. Let's get that project 80,000.
That's right.
Yeah, we can be gangster. We can do 100.
Right.
We can
get that plaque.
We can get that plaque for the 8,000. Yeah, all right.
That's a Christmas gift. We get that,
yes,
that 100,000 plaque.
Man. Not in my wildest dreams. But listen, guys, I love you all. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and everything. And one quick caveat before we wrap up. I know some people are super excited. And some people are super disappointed by what happened on Tuesday. But I will tell you this. We just get from the mindset of Deonte Burden. The beat keep rolling. Right? We know shit can happen and whatever. I done been, when I was a private Burden in the Army, had President Clinton, would have had President Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden. Gotta just. That shit don't stop, man. That shit don't stop nothing. It ain't stop me from making no damn money. It ain't never have, never will. Now again, it might change the path and adjust. But to that point, guys, I know all the excitement people have. Y'all better find out who these damn local politicians, them city councilmen, these mayors, these county commissioners. Because I promise you, they have a whole bigger impact on your money than the damn president. I promise you that. From zoning to taxes, different things in regards to so many certain areas. I'm telling you. I remember back in 08, 09, when you guys was damn track with stuff, when PJ was a baby, and we were living in Stockbridge, and the ordinance came out of nowhere. There were no more in-home daycares allowed. People going to in-home daycare.
Right.
So you said, like, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do now?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Overnight, like, that was just...
Right.
And I think, really, when we told the person, like, hey, man, what's going on with this? And I just found it out because we were renewing our business license. It's like 03, 04. And they didn't know.
They didn't know about it.
And you just said somebody can just backdoor your ass and we're doing it. So, guys, I appreciate everybody getting the actual energy about looking. Don't let it deter you. Like I said, the beat don't stop, right? The beat don't stop. You still going to have to play the game. And again, when it work for you, it's cool. But when it don't, that don't mean something wrong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Respect the game, keep fighting and everything. But you still got to go ahead and make your money. You know what I'm saying? Because believe you me, Trump going to make his. And trust me, Kamala going to still make hers.
Right.
You be the damn smart ass sit here be whining. Hey, they disappointed, they move on. And you look at Trump. At the end, he lost the presidential race. He had one focus for 4 years.
To get back in there.
And so you had that setback. Keep that there. Regardless you like him or not, keep that same focus.
Right.
That it's something to be learned, and even the people you don't like. I heard Minister Farrakhan say that one time, man. It's like you learn from your enemy. You be so stuck on, hey, I don't like him, I don't like him. But you be a fool to sit here not there and notice and pay attention to what they're doing, because to be successful, there are things you got to do. They can be looked at on a universal scale. So, guys, I just want to share that with you guys and stuff like that. Don't the beat don't stop. Let's go ahead and still make that money. We're gonna poke their eyes out in 2025.
That's right.
We're gonna poke their eyes out in 2025, right? But we can't do it saying a word about what did or didn't happen, okay? But look, again, I love you guys. Appreciate all the love and support. Y'all be safe out there, and I'll talk with you soon.